You know, the best protection that I can offer and that anyone can offer right now is a vaccination.
Well, thank you. But one of the things I really didn't want to see, and one of the things that really drove those people out, was when they brought the mandates in and forced people to lose their jobs. That was way over the top. And to this day, I don't think any of those people who are mandated out of a job will ever get over it.
Yeah. I still, I'm a bob each way on that. Probably looking back, it probably didn't need to happen, but at the time, there were grave concerns for the COVID, wreaking havoc.
Yeah, I was just trying to think what the logic was from memory. Can you remember too? I think the logic was something along the lines, Ruben, that these people were more likely to transmit the disease because they're unvaccinated.
There are three big differences between this new system and our current one. The first is that it uses vaccine certificates. Basically, if you want to be guaranteed that no matter the setting that we are in, that you can go to bars, restaurants, and close proximity businesses like a hairdresser, you will need to be vaccinated. And if you are vaccinated, you can be assured that in the new framework, you will get to enjoy the things you love, secure in the knowledge that the people around you and the environment you are in is as safe as possible in a COVID world. If you've done the right thing to keep yourself and others safe, to look after one another, you should feel safe. You should be protected from those who haven't made that choice.
These people were more likely to transmit the disease because they're unvaccinated. And I think that was the rationale. That's why the gym people lost their jobs, hairdressers lost their jobs. Who were the other people? School teachers lost their jobs. It wasn't just, they weren't just in a health setting, were they?
The school teachers was a big one. That was because the thinking is that the kids will transmit it to their grandparents.
But we now know, don't we, and which is why the anti-vax people got so upset, we now know that whether you're vaxxed or not doesn't stop transmission.
Yeah. That's right.
And the question you ask, and you see it's not going to be covered by this inquiry, Ruben, is when did they know that? And if the answer to that question is we knew it before we put in the mandates, there should be people going to prison. Because that would mean that you purposefully lied to all of us.
We were speaking to people today, though, who work in education, who aren't going to get vaccinated, who are about to lose their jobs. Can you understand where they're coming from with their anger and frustration at what's happening?
We have not taken lightly the decision for some areas to require vaccination. If you work in the health profession, we do need to be able to guarantee that people who are seeking healthcare, who are vulnerable, are protected. If you work in education, likewise, we've got a large group of people that we cannot vaccinate who are in our education system. So yes, it is a big decision, but not one we took lightly, and one that we took in what we believe is the best interests of all New Zealanders.
We now know that whether you're vaxxed or not doesn't stop transmission. Yeah. And the question you ask is, when did they know that? And if the answer to that question is we knew it before we put in the mandates, there should be people going to prison. Because that would mean that you purposefully lied to all of us.
How did they test positive if they were fully vaccinated?
So it is still, in fact, we entirely expect that people who are vaccinated will still get COVID-19.
There should be people going to prison.